When I put out the poster for the save the date, it did say to calling out all committees, organizers, and coordinators. And that's what that was for. This event, this powwow summit, was originally thought of for the people who put on powwows. What I had found out, though, was that it wasn't just the powwow organizers who were interested, it was the powwow attendees. It was the singers, the dancers, the vendors, people who just love attending powwows, uh, elders, like various groups and organizations who wanted to know more information about it. So here comes the big announcement. We are going to go ahead and have the powwow summit, but it's going to be pushed back to the spring. Date and time will be coming very soon, but we will have it'll be a whole weekend event. People were saying that the idea of having a summit on a Tuesday in the middle of January, why would you have that? Well, the reason why is because it was actually for the coordinators. We wanted to get these dates of our events down before it goes to the powwow guide, which I actually have a copy of it right here. Okay. So before this goes out for 2008, I wanted to make sure that we're not stepping on each other's toes again. If there's compromise or if there's dates that can be moved, if people say, well, okay, we don't want to go on this weekend, maybe we'll go the weekend after. But it was more than that too. It was about fundraising. I'm a really good fundraiser. I know how to make some money happen. I'm really good at it. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. Maybe I'm trying to give you a video resume, but fundraising, there's a unique opportunity if we all get together and we can talk about fundraising strategies, ideas, or ways that we can help our communities out. The protocol, the sense of, when we have some communities only have one person doing the powwow, a coordinator, and every year that could be a different person. It's not always the same people doing the powwow every year. Sometimes it's a different person, and sometimes they don't have the same. They don't. Maybe they don't know what it is they're doing. We need to get together and talk about those kinds of things because we would want to make sure that the things that like happened this year, where we're bumping into each other and we're causing, I don't want to say disharmony, but like a little bit of animosity, maybe a little bit of not feeling that we're working together all on the same page. This would change that. So we are going to go ahead and have the organizer, coordinator, and committee meeting, but we're going to call it a networking knowledge exchange. So in January, January 16th, is the date that I put on my Facebook. Like I said, I don't have a website yet. I'm still utilizing the main social medias. On the Facebook event page, I put on for January 16th. It'll be a coordinator, organizer, and committee gathering, but a networking. It's an opportunity for us to get together and share ideas. That's maybe some new ideas will come from it. Maybe a clever idea of how to fundraise. I'm always collecting those, and I'm always willing to share. So just to be clear, the $50 would cover lunch as well as snacks throughout the day and pay for, there's a couple of keynotes that I would really like to ask. There's a couple of people that I have in mind that I believe would be a strong voice in talking about the history of contemporary powwows. And I'd like to bring them in. But, you can't just ask someone to come and not offer them anything. You got to offer them gas money. You got to offer them some lodging if at all possible. if they're coming from far away, you want to give them a nice honorarium. So that's why I'm asking for $50. And it's I understand that sometimes it's a little steep, and it's a little bit, but if it's something worth value, has to have value attached to it. So that's what the $50 is for. I really would like to make sure that the people that attend, the organizers, the committees, and the coordinators, are able to walk away from that day feeling like they've learned something. And I'm very sure and very positive that they will. And I'm also very sure and very positive that it will be a successful event. I've already have 5 organizations wanting more information and willing to sign up. So I'm going to get on that. You'll see. And lastly, I would like to talk about the Powwow Summit. I see something taking place in the springtime, either late March or early April, sometime between the schools, the area schools where they have their powwows, and the start of a powwow in June. So that early spring, late winter, where we get together on a weekend and we have all of those teachings that we talk about, the protocols, the eagle staffs, eagle whistles. What do we talk about? The vendor protocols. A lot of powwows do not have vendor protocols in place. Do we there's a whole issue of cannabis coming up within this year. What are we going to do about that? What are the discussions on that? So we can have a whole powwow summit, a real powwow summit in the spring. And I invite you to stick around and stay tuned for that, because I think that that's going to be very important as well too. When I had put together the idea for a powwow summit, I wish I called it what it was, which is a networking knowledge exchange. And that's an opportunity for the coordinators and the organizers to get together and talk. The idea of a summit, a whole powwow summit, where we bring powwow leaders in, people who have been around since there were powwows when they were in their very early infant stages, when you would see the same 3 drums and the same 12 dancers show up, and every year it slowly built up. Those families would get together and they would teach those songs, and you would see that growth. I honestly remember when I was a child, there was traditional and there was fancy. That's all there was. So, and I remember so many other things. I remember there only being, the same 4 or 5 drums wherever my dad's drum went, the 4 winds, and his menagerie of friends, Allard Tipo and Bucko Tipo and Tom Peters and Donnie Dowd, those names, and Thurman Bear, those names that just echo from my past. It's yeah, I've been doing this a long time, and it's I just wanted to post this and talk about this because I wanted you to know that one, that the January event is for the coordinators, it's for the organizers and the committees, and it is a networking knowledge exchange. The Powwow Summit is going to take place in the spring, and we'll have some new information on that in the new year. And that will be a very exciting time. I think, that really needs to happen, right? Drums, we need to talk to one another, and all those protocols. Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget. And sometimes we need to be reminded. So I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to bring that up. This seems like a good forum to do so. And I'm going to, All right. So once again, Vidasage Elliot Dijnakas, Niashing Niming Donjaba, Random Rama, and who's Dodam. I'm the son of Arthur Butch Elliott and Jermaine Elliott. I've been drumming, or I've been a part of powwows. It's been with me since before I was born. So I just wanted to say miigwech, and I look forward to seeing you both in January and the springtime. And if you need anything, any kind of help, Phyre Fawks is going to be there for you. So you just have to let me know, and I'll offer up whatever I can. Now, miigwech.